you being an employee of theirs and being a commissioner, you have to be very careful that you don't wind up being a back channel voice for them, which would be completely inappropriate. Any conversations with them specifically about parks property needs to go through Scott. And all of the conversation needs to go through Scott and either your boss or whoever, or Vernon or whoever.
Yeah, it's going to require a lot of being very careful to make it not just for the perception. The perception is, we can't control how the public is going to think about it perception-wise. But yeah, Sam, you would have to be very careful to just not say anything to them, basically about the parks and let them speak with Scott.
Well, essentially, like, with the
I'm sorry, I have a
storm,
point of order.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, just,
Oh, yeah, you're good.
just to be prudent here. Because this is involving a conflict of interest, you probably should recuse yourself, not probably, I think it is required that you recuse yourself, and it just ought to be stated on the record. Apologize for interrupting, but I
Right.
think that's important to
Thank you.
protect you as well as others.
That's true. Thank
Okay.
you.
Sorry, what do you mean by that?
Like we discussed it.
Anytime there's a I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
you're
No,
the
go
chair.
ahead. No, please, Scott. Thank you.
Just anytime there's a conflict of interest or even a potential conflict of interest, the person declaring the conflict of interest has to recuse himself or herself, and it should be stated on the record, just that you won't participate in the vote, but even the discussion,
Okay.
except as they may have questions for you. So,
Okay, yeah.
and
I definitely was not going to vote on it.
Right.
Obviously.
well, it's just it needs to be stated at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's to
Okay.
protect you, so I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, you're good. That's
No, thank you,
stuff
Scott.
I need to know. I hereby recuse myself unless you have questions.
Thank you. No, that's fine. And then he will have to recuse himself when if we have any individual votes that have to do with Northwest
Y-
Trailblazers, yes.
Yes.
So we'll have to be aware as well as he will.
Just to be clear, one more thing. You guys don't have to vote on this tonight. I mean, it's not like, I don't have anything planned really. It's just sort of to cover my bases as far as, for example, like that storm came through the other night, and if there was need for help in removing trees or something like that, my services are available if need be, or if wanted, I guess.
So, again, I know you've recused yourself, but I'm asking, if we're not voting or deciding, if NWA Trailblazers called you tomorrow, want to do something, you would just say, no, I can't right now till we find out what the commission wants me to do? Or you just volunteer and not get paid for them?
I would volunteer, not get paid.
Okay.
Yeah. If I have the time to do it, yes.
Well, like Kevin said, and we all know that public perception with conflict of interest can be confusing, especially since we have been the recipient of money and work from this organization. Perhaps it does need to be something we think about, not take any action on tonight. Research it. I'm glad to have Scott's legal knowledge here.
If it's something that the commission feels that it's adequately discussed and et cetera, then I don't know that there's a reason not to vote on it, other than I don't know if anyone's gotten any legal counsel on it.
Well, I think it needs to be on a case-by-case basis.
Right.
So, it's none of us are privy to your agreement with NWA Trailblazers. We don't know what the terms are that they've hired you under. So if it depends on where the request is coming from for you to work out at the park. And I think in every case, you're going to have to bring it to us in some form or fashion. I know I had a conversation with Kim about how Butch handles conflict of interest with his business, and it is absolutely on a case-by-case basis. He goes in front of the city council
Every
and asks
time.
for permission to do it. And that's the only way to really avoid conflict of interest in something like this.
Sam, when NWA Trailblazers ask you to work, do they ask you for just specific jobs, like this is a 6-week project, this is a 1 week, this is a 1 day, or is it an ongoing?
I essentially have free reign to work at Marble Flats and Passion Play. However, this is one of those circumstances where if something did come up and I could get permission from them, essentially I would then come to Scott or the commission and get approval. But it seems like the things I would be doing are not long-term projects anyway, so it might be more trouble than it's worth to arrange that, because I would have to, get everyone's vote and all that, so, and by then the problem would probably already be solved.
You could always
anyway.
just volunteer on weekends.
Yeah, I can always volunteer, yeah. I'd love being out in the woods more than 50 hours a week. It's great.
And I would just like to say that it really should be the commission, not me. And that's not just with this, but anytime there would be such a situation, because you're my bosses, and so for me to have to make a decision,
Yeah.
that would definitely be a conflict of interest. So it really would need to be the commission.
It might be more trouble than it's worth, so.
I think
maybe
it is.
This is a good conversation. I'm glad we're having it, but I just wanted to see what y'all's opinion was.
That's a
so
good point.
I can probably,
I think NWA Trailblazers, just right now, especially in this climate, and by that I mean extra scrutiny with our finances, et cetera. I just would want to be very careful about having you doing work for them while we're being scrutinized for our finances, and while we ourselves are scrutinizing our own finances and trying to make things sure things are straight. I don't want to invite one more issue to deal with. So, yes, case by case, like Kevin said, but at this point, you're not doing anything for them right now? Are you doing anything for them right now that you're being paid for, any projects like you're in the middle of that are like
well,
being
I'm
paid for?
always cleaning up Passion Play on Marble
Always.
Flats, but, I have plenty to do out there, believe me. So I'm not too worried about it.
Okay. Well, commissioners, do you want to have some sort of motion to vote on what we want him to do, or do we just feel like there's a standard in place of what he should be doing based on what conflict of interest?
Yeah, I don't know that
Advise?
there's anything
I don't-
to vote on.
I don't think so
specifically.
either. I think just the nature of the conflict of interest issue. And you said, like you said, Scam, it's just a discussion right now, so if something comes up, you can individually come to us specifically come to us. Okay, any other questions about that from Sam or each other, or Scott? Okay. Was that it? Was Commissioner comments? I'll start down there with you, Sam. Any comments for tonight?
No, not really.
Nope.
No.
Carmen?
I just want to thank each and every one of y'all on this commission. I mean, I think we're making great progress, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. We're putting so much work into this. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Kevin?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Dave?
No, nothing this week, thank you.
Scott? No?
Good, thank you.
Christian? He says no. Is that right? Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes from the October 20th meeting, our regular meeting?
I so move.
Ms. Kevin, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Dave Hartman, do I have any discussion? Any questions? No? All in favor?
Aye.
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 I,
Did Christian say aye?
Christian, do you say aye?
Okay, motion passes 6-0. The minutes are approved from the October 20th, 2020 meeting. Any other announcements or,
We have the October 15th.
Hold on.
minute.
oh, sorry.
Hold on a second, Christian.
I'm sorry, I
has
missed
something.
one.
Go ahead.
There's a second set of meeting minutes from October 15th.
Sorry, yeah, you're right, I missed those, sorry. Thank you. Okay. October 15th. We have a motion to approve those minutes.
I so move.
Is Kevin, have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Dave, any discussion or questions? All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, 6-0, motion passes. The October 15th, 2020 minutes are approved. Sorry about that, I missed those.
Can I just say that we do have a Dropbox folder now that we can put the minutes of the meetings and also the agenda. So
Good.
we could, whoever, I think it's Christian that handles those, is that correct?
It is.
Okay. Then I did have a brief email discussion with him, but just so you're aware then that they'll be there and each of you have access to those folders.
When the public wants to see our agenda before a meeting, where should they look? It's on the Parks website or the city website?
I think all of the other commissions post them to the city website. I think it's, I saw Linda's note. I think
You
that
saw Linda's note, yeah.
we just need to let everybody know that's where they're going to be from now on.
Okay,
And it's easier to manage one location than two locations.
I think so. Yeah. What was the other note that Linda had? The
Updating things.
updating, yes.
We need to update the list of commissioners on our website. I think the city site is correct. Our website is incorrect.
Oh, it's ours, okay. I was going to ask him. No, it's our website, okay.
Yeah.
We need to update our website. We can ask Christian about that, too. Okay. Anything else? I think we're doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy with Scott lately. He's working so hard, I feel sorry for him. And I'm glad to see how well things are going down at the parks. And I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all for being here. Appreciate you for being here, too. Dustin, the people out there. And we'll have a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Kevin?
I'll second that.
Dave, second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 6-0. We're adjourned.